How did you use media technologies in the construction and research, planning and evaluation stages? When researching, planning, constructing and evaluating my products, I use an Apple Mac computer. This allowed me to use various forms of high-quality software, including Final Cut Pro and GarageBand, which, by extension, increased the quality of my final product. I used WordPress, an online cloud storage service, to save all of my work. This was advantageous as I could access it anywhere with an internet connection and upload my work to get feedback and comments from teachers and peers. I used the Mac program Photo Booth to create focus groups discussing the first drafts of my work. This acted as a visual aid for my planning and allowed a great deal of audience feedback, which helped to enhance my end products. The internet helped greatly when it came to analysing and researching existing media packages. However, it was difficult to find websites for older films, which limited the amount of products available to analyse. YouTube was key in the planning process as it allowed me to find tutorials of Photoshop, which would help me to use different tools to boost the quality and originality of my products. As I had used Photoshop previously, I already knew how to use the basic tools, which helped greatly. Tools I used a lot included the Hue Saturation Color tool. When thinking about the genre of my film, I knew my images for my poster and website needed to be dark, and this tool enabled me to experiment with colors. I also used the black and white adjustment tool a lot, as I changed the color of the logos for Screen Gems and MGM to fit my house style. I used many different custom shades of grey on my poster and website, so the color picker tool was very handy when trying to relocate these colors to use on other features of my product. Final Cut Pro was a program I used the majority of the time during the construction stage. I used the razor tool frequently to shorten pieces of footage so they fitted a particular timescale. I used the render tool excessively as I had to render to format all of my clips and audio to enable playback. The pen tool was used to add key points, particularly when fading into the soundtrack I used over my final montage sequence, as I wanted it to flow from the previous soundtrack. I manipulated certain parts of the audio to fit the quick edit of my montage. I used several different edits on Final Cut, the main one being the crossfade, as it is conventional of my genre. I also animated captions using the video filter Bad TV as it gave a shaky, sinister camera effect. I did this to all of my captions but the final shot, showing the billing block. I also learnt how to control the speed of my shots. On one particular shot, I slowed the speed down to 50% to show a rose being dropped onto a body. GarageBand was a helpful program as it allowed me to find a heartbeat SFX and find ambient music to play over the end of my trailer. I had to export these files as MP3s so they were compatible with Final Cut. From here, I imported the audio files as I would have for any other piece of footage. When using a dictaphone to record voiceovers, I had to use audio conversion websites in order to add these pieces of audio to my trailer, as WAVs were not compatible files. I used Prezi, a cloud presentation site, in my planning and evaluation. This site gives many different style options and gives my work a more professional look than Word PowerPoint would. Plus, Prezi links can be embedded into WordPress posts. Finally, I used PollDaddy on WordPress to gain more audience feedback on my final products. I added these polls to a post along with my final trailer, poster, and website in order to fulfill the need for the target audience to share their views.